Alright, we're working on the old jack here again, and we're getting close. Getting close to finishing it. Boy, there's a lot of glare there. Shine that up nice. Alright, I filed this down to where I want it, and it's just above 15/16. So here's one of them spacers. We got to go over to the lathe and bore this out so it fits that. So like I say, 15/16. I got my little caliper here. 15/16 is tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bushing down to 15/16. Then we can play with it. So I already set up the lathe with one. This is the extra one. I only need one. I can cut it in half. So let's go over the lathe. I'll show you what we're going to do. I picked me up some of this CRC True Tap. I used to have some and ran out of it. And it was pretty good stuff. Just cutting fluid. But I noticed something. It comes with a little straw here on the side and everything. And I popped the top off and looking at it, and the nozzle isn't made for one of them. So I'll have to try and find another nozzle. So we're all set up here. I got a boring bar on there. A lot of you guys might not know what that is, but it's just like a bar, and it's all set up here, rigid and everything. And I had to I cut a little tiny cutter in there. I hope I sharpened it good. I usually let Mike sharpen this stuff because he does a great job with that. He loves his high-speed steel. And I got this set up in there. Yeah, if this wiggles and wobbles a little, don't worry about that, because this isn't a machine part. This I keep calling it a bushing, but it's only a spacer. You know, they pop them out by the millions. So what you do is we'll go on the inside there, and then we turn this until it just about touches. You know, we bring it out, and then actually going to have to turn it the other direction here. All right, I don't know how well that's gonna, how much that's gonna take off, but let's try it. There we go. I'm trying to spray it left-handed. All right. Okay. All right, watch your sleeves. We'll let it go in automatically. See what it does. Yeah. Let's see. It is cutting. Alright, I'm gonna let that cut, and then I probably could have adjusted a little better, so we'll let that cut and we'll take a little more off when we bring it back out. Seems to be cutting pretty good. It keeps throwing out little chips, and they're nice chips too. So we're doing okay. Alright, that was only one pass, and we're pretty close there. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's only going to take maybe one or two more passes. Real thin cut. So let's do that. Alright, we turned it about 5/1000th there, so let's see what that does. Watch your sleeves. 15/16. That was just one pass, and we hit it dead nuts on. So that's perfect. And I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if that light helps, but there you go, focus in. You gotta let the beautiful finish in there, man. As smooth as can be. So I'm probably gonna have to polish up anyway, but just to make it fit. But we're gonna fit it by hand now. Alright, let's bring it over to the little machine. Alright, yeah, it fits on there, and it fits on there tight. So what I'm going to do is, see, it goes on maybe about 1/4 inch, and then it tightens up. So instead of messing with this, because this here, we know this is perfect, I'm going to put this in a vise, and we're going to clean that up with some emery paper, even if it takes me all day. Alright, this here is 80 grit. I've been doing this for about 5 minutes. This actually makes it pretty round too, because whatever high spots you got, that's what it's working on. Alright. Oh wow, there we go. Alright, that's just what we want, right? See, it looks like a gap on the bottom there, but that could be because of that chamfer they got there. But that's what we want. We don't want it too tight, because once we weld it up and put it all together and like that, you know, the heat is going to twist it a little bit. So, alright, let me do the other side, and I'm going to cut this in half or whatever and go from there. Alright, these little stubbies look pretty big, but they're not. They're only 5/8. There you go, 5/8. So these here are just a little bit longer. These are about, sorry about that. These are about 3/4. So I'm going to mark them, and I'm going to leave them a shy bit longer than 5/8. You know, we can always adjust them and grind them down once they're on the outside or once they're together, but that'll give me something to press up against when I put this in and weld them up and everything. Alright, let me go face these off to about Alright, yeah, we didn't make them too pretty. I mean, they're all going to get welded up there, and they both fit nice. It's funny, I was just guesstimating over there about how much to take off and everything, and it turns out they came out dead nuts perfect. Alright, so all this is done. Now all we gotta do is weld it up, and I think I might get Mike to weld that up for me. You know, you hate to do all this work and then put a crappy weld on there, and he is a much better welder than I am. So, alright, yeah, we bolted it all together, put the bushings in. And actually there's only 2 bolts in this block here, and this spacer bolt up here and everything, but put everything where we want it. So the spacers are where I want it, or the bushings, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just going to wait now and wait for our buddy Mike, or maybe a little dirt bike, or somebody to weld that, somebody to weld better than me. And then all we got to do is put it together and paint it, fill it up, and go to town. Alright, I'm all tightened up here, and I got a clamp on this holding these together, and I'm squeezing these in as tight as I can. And when I take it apart, I'm just going to file the edge off here and put a little tiny bit of clearance for that. But I'm not going to weld it myself, because I know I'm not that good. So I called in the pros.
You too.
Alright, buddy. Yeah, I know it's going to be a while before I get Mike, so I said, let me get little dirt bike. He's just as good.
Ready, buddy?
Go ahead, ready when you are.
Alright.
He's just going to tack it in place now.
Watch your eyes.
Go ahead. What do you got it on there? Yeah, that's what I had it on when I was doing it.
Yeah. Give her all she's got.
Go ahead. Seen the street lights flickering. Yeah, he's just, like I say, he's going to tack in the outsides, and then we'll take it apart, and he can weld it 100%, and then take it apart. Okay, let's move that clamp so we can get the front of that. How's it looking?
It's alright.
Alright, I think he's all done. Let me go see what's going here. Look at that. That's why I let him do my welding. Alright, then I've turned it over to the other one. Look at that. Yeah, she's doing pretty good with that, you know. That's only a 130 amp, I think it was a Clark. Clark made that. We need a sponsor. We need Lincoln or Miller to give me a call. Get you a big 180 or a 210 or something.
300.
300. So if you're watching Miller or Lincoln, we need a good machine for the kid. And maybe a plasma cutter if you got one lying around. Alright, go ahead, finish that up, buddy. Alright, we're all done welding the outside here, so we're going to disassemble it, and I'll let him weld the inside there. Beautiful job, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Beautiful job. Alright, we got the inside all welded up there. Now all he has to do is finish this other one, and we're good to go. Go ahead, buddy. Alright. Yeah, here's a little update on this jack here. The first 10 minutes of this video was filmed about 2 weeks ago, and then work came to a screeching halt. I had to have shoulder surgery and haven't been able to use my arm for 2 weeks now. Matter of fact, I just came from the doctor and had the stitches ripped out, and I'm just barely able to hold this camera up. Matter of fact, I'm using 2 hands. But anyway, let's let you know where we're at here. All right, like you just seen, little dirt bike welded these, welded both sides and everything, so they're all done. All I have to do is run a hone through here, and here, and then maybe touch up these little knobs a little bit, because when you weld any kind of metal, you're going to get a certain amount of warpage. Plus, I can feel there's a couple little titties, you know, from welding splatter, you know, so that will clean all that up. And then we could put it together, paint it, and fill it up and try it, and it should just be one more video, and shouldn't be too much left, because everything is pretty much done. I should be able to paint all this. Even these here were stiff and everything. I loosened these up, and they're good. So there really isn't much to bolting this together. You got the one bolt here, and then the wheels hold the front on, and then this piece here. So putting it together is nothing. But there is one more thing we have to do to it, and that'll be interesting. If you look on this one here, you see that spring down there? I'll try and zoom in on it so you can see it. We have to make one of them springs because this one didn't have it. And I have the piano wire to do it with, so that shouldn't be much trouble. You can buy them for about $6 delivered to the door, but since I have the wire, we'll try and make it. So that's where we're at. Like I say, I mean, this project came to a screeching halt because I had to have surgery, but we're doing all right. And I want to thank everybody for the well wishes and everything, all the cards and letters. So I am starting to move my arm a little bit, and as soon as I can hone that out and bring this outside and clean it up and paint it, we will do that. So that's where we're at. So we got about one more video left in us here, and that's about it. So what do you say? Thanks for hanging in with me this long on this, because you know this took a little longer than I thought it would, but they were decent videos, I think. So alright, let me slap this one together and put it up for you, and we'll say enough of this. Alright, we'll see you in the next one.